Hello, my name is AJ. I'm your HYPOXiX coach for today, and we have level 1.2 supine release. This is a level 1 beginner level release, mobility release exercise, and a level 2 released mobility breathography. So we're going to be combining 4 stacked inhales with a very slow 8-second exhale. So let's practice our mobility breath for today first. You can close your eyes. Make sure that when you exhale, you're exhaling through the nostrils. This is a mobility exhale. You're keeping your abs relaxed. You're keeping your pelvic floor relaxed. These muscles that work really hard in our engaged exhale to loosen our ab ribbon are now going to be mobilized. So we're mobilizing our hips and a variety of muscles when we perform our supine release, but we're also mobilizing our pelvic floor and our abs that have been working really hard. And it's just as important to be able to relax them as it is to contract and strengthen them, okay? So close your eyes. You're Buddha bellying it. You're using your ab ribbon as tactile feedback. You're keeping that ribbon a little bit tight the whole time as you go through this exercise, okay? So close the eyes, a little tight with the ab ribbon. Let's take our 4 stacked inhales, little sniffs of air through the nostrils, stacking the air in the lungs, which is important because that's lowering our diaphragm and enhancing our hip release as we go through the exercise. So close the eyes and a 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. So soft, and 8. And that's it. Now we do have 5 breath cycles when we get into our position. Let's get into our position now. Let's come over to the wall and drive your foot into the wall. So for this one, foot tripod is connected to the wall. We're lying on our back for this one, okay? Foot tripod is connected. We're crossing our body halfway between the 2 sit bones. So we're right about here. We're crossing in, gently squeezing the glute, opening up the front of the pelvis as we go through this exercise. This is a release for the psoas, a release again for the pelvic floor, for the deep abdominals. You're interlacing your fingers and just putting them, you can put them behind your head, you can lift them up here, you have a variety of options. I do like the interlace position because we can gently pull those fingers apart. So if the fingers are slippery, they would pull apart like this, which is helping to open up that chest. So foot tripod is connected. Right glute is gently engaged. That's really the only muscle that's staying engaged with this one. Otherwise, we're trying to stay very relaxed. Now, again, that foot just crosses like halfway between the 2 sit bones. So it's not right under the sit bone, the right sit bone. It's about halfway between the 2. Gentle glute engagement. We are gently tucking our pelvis here using our right glute and flattening our low back and pressing our ribs equally into the ground. Okay, now here, I want you to stay as relaxed with the abs as possible. A little bit of ab engagement might happen as we go through that pelvic tuck, but I want you to imagine a lot of that pelvic tuck is coming from your glute and also your hamstrings, because that's going to help open up the front of the hip joint. Otherwise, we're aiming to stay as relaxed as possible with just a little engagement with those upper and even a little bit with the lower abdominals that need to flatten the ribs on the ground, because you're going to feel that hip release as soon as you go into that position. Okay, so right glute is gently engaged. The foot is pushing into the wall. So the whole foot tripod is connected to the wall. That's big toe, pinky, and center of heel. And we're pushing into the wall with that gentle right glute engagement. Flatten your low back, especially that right low back. Flatten your ribs. Let's take our breath cycles in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Feel the ribbon, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep that low back flattened. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2. Push into the wall hard. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wow, what an amazing hip release. Now it's time to do it on the other side. So here you can either rewind the video about 60 seconds so we can perform the exercise together, or you can take the other side on your own once you're skilled at the exercise. Just stay true to that very slow, stacked inhale and slow exhale through the nostrils. You may want to put a metronome on your phone at 60 beats per minute just to get that guidance to stay slow with the inhales and exhales, because that's not only optimizing your hip and your total body mobility, but also recovery of your nervous system.